My name is Dylan CineMasai Green, and welcome to the Real Notes podcast. I speak with rappers, producers, journalists, and other hip-hop adjacent figures about their relationship with movies, and, if at all, film inspires their craft. My guests this week are Florida rapper Denzel Curry and British producer, composer, and multi-instrumentalist Bobby Krlic, aka the Haxan Cloak. We spoke about Nightcrawler, Collateral, their mutual appreciation for Takashi Miike, their respective paths through music, the power of being yourself, and the creative process behind Bobby's score for the new horror film HIM, and Denzel's contribution to the soundtrack's titular song. Come fuck with us. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to Real Notes. It's a intercontinental episode today. I'm on the East Coast. Guests are on the West Coast. My name's Dylan Green, CineMasai. Got a lot of names, do a lot of shit. Outside, inside, all sides, all over the place. And I'm with two very, very high profile, big, incredibly special people today. I don't know. I don't know what stop this is on the press tour they've been doing for this last however long they've been doing all of this, but I'm so happy to have them here. Both of them contributed pretty greatly to HIM, which by the time y'all hear this, HIM will be out in theaters. Justin Tipping directed, Marlon Wayans starring, Tyreek Withers starring. Go see it. I haven't seen it yet, but we'll all see it together. But damn, we got Haxan Cloak and Denzel Curry in the house to talk about all sorts of crazy shit today, man. So like, yeah, I was telling y'all off camera, but thank you so much for being here. I'm so geeked to be doing this shit.
Well, we're doing this shit once again, man. Let's do it.
Yo, yeah, no, but before I forget, I don't know if I've ever told this story publicly, but I guess I'll start off with how Zell and I first met. We met, like about almost 4 years ago, at Electric Lady in New York. And it was around the time, it was, or not right before, because it came out like a grip after, but you played me most of Melt My Eyes. And I'll never ever forget, like one of your managers came up to get me and brought me downstairs, and like all of y'all were sitting at the control panel. And before he could even get my name out of his mouth to be like, hey, this is Dylan, you immediately looked at me and you said, oh shit, you're black, and like hopped up and came and gave me a hug. And that was like, I think about that shit all the time. So.
Hey man, shit. You get interviewed by a bunch of white dudes all the time, so you just like, when you see a brother, you just, scrum. You know,
1000%, bro. Yeah, no, like that was, that was a great day. I appreciate y'all having me down there for that. That album's great. You've been keeping busy, real busy these last 4 years. You just got off a world tour not too long ago for King of the Mischievous South, and like now you're on another soundtrack.
No dates canceled. No dates canceled. I can flex that now. No dates canceled.
Yo, how many dates was the tour, bro?
Shit, I don't know. I lost count. But no dates canceled. That's the thing. You feel me? I can actually tour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, that's different. Like it's just going from SoundCloud to being able to go all over the world. No canceled dates. Like the number doesn't matter. No canceled dates. Like that's some other shit, son. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, man, let's talk about this film because the maestro himself, the MC, the master of ceremonies himself, Bobby Krlic. You know what I'm saying? He pretty much wouldn't be a thing. This interview wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't for him even trusting us with the scoring. So I would like my brother to start first.
Absolutely. Yeah, nah. And I mean, like, yeah, just to like set the red carpet, like Bobby scored for every the last 3 Ari Aster movies. So that's Eddington, Beau is Afraid, and why am I forgetting? I'm blanking right now. Midsummer. Boom. There we go. I'm mad I forgot about it. But Bobby, welcome. Like, just like yes. I'm gonna ask y'all both the same questions, I think, basically. But either way, just like, how are you? How's things? How's working with Denzel, and how was working on him?
Oh man, I mean, I've been a fan of Denzel since he first went into Lone. I was saying earlier, like I first moved to LA in 2015.
Yeah.
Like to the first label, like showing the body. So for a long time. So yeah, getting to work on this soundtrack, it was like it's just there's so many like full circle. It's just it's.
And yeah, nah, like mutual respect is the thing that's gonna push you through like a big kind of like daunting project like this always. But before we get into the specifics of the music for the movie, I want to ask the both of y'all the first question I ask everybody who comes on here, which is what was the last movie or TV show the two of you watched that you had a strong opinion about?
Yeah, good or bad?
Good or bad. I like to keep it open ended.
I've been watching neo-noirs lately, so I've watched Collateral and Nightcrawler. And
Damn. Oh man.
those movies themselves, like, made me want to go down to the explain the way the characters' motivations. Hell, even consider writing a neo-noir movie. Like, yeah, it's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, rewatching The Dark Knight because that's also a neo-noir movie. It's just Batman.
Yeah.
So those
yeah,
are
nah, that. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I said those are the three movies I had strong opinions about.
Okay, cool. So I wanna focus on Nightcrawler because I think Nightcrawler is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like I was just thinking about it 2-3 nights ago. I haven't seen it in years, but like I remember walking out of the theater and feeling like just like feeling a certain way about it, like being a neo noir and just like how sleazy and I don't know, like it like the movie it feels so dirty in a good way.
Yeah.
And the story is trying to tell is just like it feels more relevant to me than it did even just like a decade or however long ago it was when it first came out. But like what was your break down some of those strong opinions about this movie because this is
The
it's a
strong
crazy one.
opinions, yeah, the strong opinions that I got from that movie was like seeing the opportunist at work and actually getting what he got. You know what I'm saying? What he always wanted, and it was just watching him slowly do it, and it was a process. Even it was cringy, it was awkward, it was creepy at moments, and then just watching him even negotiate his way of getting laid, which was even crazy as hell. And I'm like, oh my God. And then understanding that this guy understands leverage and what does he have. And then being able to manipulate situations and just watching how dirty and grimy he goes. Because in the beginning, he's not that bad. You kind of feel for him. But the more as it keeps going, you're like, I'm starting to not like you more, to not like you more, to just being totally disgusted with the person. You know what I mean? And truly, he gets what he wanted, but on it's like the facade is like, yo, he's a person that doesn't really like people, so he doesn't really care. He just uses them as stepping stools, and I dealt with that in the industry and seeing people like that in the industry already. So that excuse me. The main reason why I have a strong opinion about it is because I got to see that on a daily, and you see people get what they want in this industry by being that same kind of person who has this manipulation by any means necessary mentality and puts on a facade like he likes people to go. They just use them as stepping stools to get where they need to be.
Yeah, man. Like, like he had a mask on for most of the movie, and then I want to say like maybe about probably like a quarter, like halfway through, it just all completely comes down, and he just just like all his morality goes out the window, and he's out here like orchestrating. What one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie is when he orchestrates the shooting that happens at the it's either like a donut shop or like a Chinese food shop or something.
Bro,
but like,
and he got like 4 people killed in that shot.
Yeah.
It's like one of the criminals, 2 of the employees, and 1 of the cops got killed.
Right. Yeah, just like man, I like and then right after that, or was that before or after they went to the mansion and he was like taking pictures of the dead bodies in the mansion?
No. That was after.
That was after. Okay. Yeah.
Because like he's seeing what they look like before, and that's why he was using that footage as leverage to get more money out of the company. No, not from the news and then the company itself. And that's when it just went. We could go on a whole thing about that Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
That guy was fucking creepy.
Yeah,
Jake Gyllenhaal played his role very well, but like he made me believe like he was that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never looked at him the same. I could definitely say that. Before we move on to Bobby, what is it about neo-noir specifically that's kind of had you stuck? Because you said Nightcrawler, The Dark Knight, and what was the first one you said?
Collateral.
Collateral. Yeah, also a classic. I love Collateral. But what is it
Collateral.
about neo-noir that's got you stuck right now?
Because like I always liked the war films because I studied, me and you talked about it, I studied film. So when it came down to the war films itself, because they have like a theme of loneliness and nihilism, just like everything that's like put together with these characters that they all are somewhat similar because they all are alone in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at Nightcrawler, he's a loner. If you look at the Joker from Dark Knight, he's a loner technically. If you look at Bruce Wayne puts on a facade that he's like this likable billionaire playboy, but at heart he's a loner. He has no parents. And then you look at Vince, the main antagonist of the film. And the reason why I like his character because his character was like a movable force, which causes the protagonist to change in some way. They needed to meet each other. You know what I'm saying? And it was both one and the same. Similar with the Dark Knight, it was both one and the same. Similar to the lady who ran the company at the news company and the Nightcrawler and Jake Gyllenhaal's character. They were one and the same. They both understood leverage and what would bring them to the top. She wanted to be at top of the charts. He wanted to have his own thing, but they needed each other. Same with back, So you can see the parallels between each of the movies. You know what I mean? And then, like, even when at the end of Collateral, where Vincent, his character does not change. Jamie Foxx's character changes because he had to get out of the situation by acting more like Vincent, while Vincent stays Vincent the whole time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even when you think there's a glimmer of hope in the movie, that's when you know it's like, oh, there's no hope in sight. Like, even with Rachel being blown up in the Dark Knight, like, you're like, you think Batman gonna save her? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like, oh, damn. And then you look at Nightcrawler, look how he did his part. And then at the end of the day, when you think he could have got arrested, he walked scot-free after all that shit that happened with his own company. Still working for the same place that hired him for less. You know what I'm saying? So all these movies shows a drastic change within the character. Batman understood what he had to do as a sacrifice. Jamie Foxx had to get out of being that cab driver that he was for 12 years to be more like Vincent, to take down Vincent and save the woman he drove previously. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all of them go through some kind of radical change throughout the whole thing, where this guy clearly didn't have morals by the end of it, but it caused the lady at her company, I'm talking about Nightcrawler now, it caused the lady at his company to bypass her morals for the story.
Right.
So there was like a lot of through lines between the three.
Yeah, I mean, like, once again, just people like the radical change, and like even sometimes like maybe the fact that there wasn't even a change to begin with, the only change was really just like, I'm not hiding this shit anymore. Because like even just thinking about like Renee Russo, like her character was already pretty ruthless, but Jake Gyllenhaal just pushed her a little closer to the edge. And sometimes that's all it takes. Like I don't know if she completely fell off in the same way he did, but at the very least, she's like she could see the chasm type shit,
Yeah.
and that's like
the most terrifying part of things in life is when somebody confirms that they have what they should be. Like when you want to give someone the outcome, and they're like, nah, I am just this person.
Yeah.
I am self-serving.
Yeah. Nightcrawler told you who he was when he was in the car and he kept lying to his boy. And when his boy seen through it, he was like, what if I tell you it's not that I'm shy around people? What if I just told you I just don't like them? Yeah. And if you don't do what I say, you're going to get it. And I was like, that's him showing his true colors in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, like anybody listening, you haven't seen at the very least, go watch Nightcrawler. But like Nightcrawler, Collateral, I'm sure most people listening to this have seen The Dark Knight. But like,
yeah, of course, Dark Knight is very popular. But like, Collateral was just so different because like you could see, Tom Cruise's character. You know what? Like, because by the language, he was going to kill Jamie at the end of the movie. But the more he started to understand, like, okay, I could have just killed Jamie at any time, but he really didn't want to. It was kind of like a mirror.
You kind of want Tom Cruise to
win. I mean, what, in the movie?
Like, Jim.
I didn't want him to win.
I wanted to kill Jamie Foxx, but I didn't also want him
to die. You didn't want him to die because at the end, when he gets shot and then he started realizing he was losing his motor skills, I got sad. I was
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I didn't want him to lose. I wanted him to lose for sure. But like, damn. Like, I kind of feel bad, you know? Like, it makes you, like, that was a really good ending. Shout out to Michael Mann. Michael Mann really did his thing.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, once again, like living legend. Like I could sit here and talk a lot about Michael Mann. But yeah, like Collateral was one of the first times I like consciously watched one of his movies. And a big part.
Where?
No shit.
Wait, you got two? Let me get two. Is it Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all are up. That's crazy. I'm jealous. But Bobby, what about you? What's the last movie or TV show you watched that you had a strong opinion about?
Yeah, like I was digging into I've been digging into the Criterion. The director I've always wanted to dig into, like I don't know anything about, was Takashi Miike.
Class.
So I watched Ichi the Killer.
That's a crazy first movie to start with, son. Wow.
Oh man.
And like, man, because I mean I've loved like anime and stuff since I was a kid. But for some reason I had never seen any of his films. And that just like flipped me a new one, man. Like just so, and what was it, made in like 99 or 2000, so ahead of its time. Like, I mean, the costumes are out of town. Like, everyone looks so amazing, but like, it's also just so kind of fantastical, and, like terrifying, but also like manages to. There's like real intense brutality, but then there's also like real insane comedy, and it sort of doesn't take itself seriously in this way that like it just juggles all these things in such a unique way that I actually like. I mean, I think there's parallels with him, and the way that him deals with kind of horror and comedy and like broad social commentary, and you know, I've loved cinema, been obsessed with cinema since I was like 8 years old. I think that we're kind of in a, I mean, I feel just personally like we're in the cinema. There's been some amazing things that but I think generally like it just right cinema.
Bro, I was just talking about I'm tired of people just doing reboots. It's so insane.
Yeah, man.
It's so boring. Like this to me just like reminded me of, you know, I go to the, generally speaking, I go to the cinema because I just myself be transported to a world that I get to live in. This just was a reminder to me. This is why I love cinema. This is why I hope people. You know, I think HIM is a really good example. It is truly original and it occupies its own lane. and it does have really serious things to say. But it also doesn't take itself seriously. It's really puts you in like I've seen this movie like 15 times, and like every time I still want to watch it again because it's this immersive experience where like every time I come out, I feel like the total drums. It's like a really psychedelic experience. And that's my own
Word. Damn. I mean, like, just speaking as somebody who's only seen the trailer for him a bunch of times, like, just I mean, like, we all know, like, cinema is a visual medium, and like, first and foremost, you're gonna be taken by like what you're seeing on the screen and how it all plays. But like, watching the trailer, like the first teaser, where like the one image that always gets me is the two football helmets clashing, and you can see the brains moving like they're being concussed, like because it's just like the slow mo, and then it's just like from Justin Tip, you know, like that type of, and just like once again, just based off the trailer, like the visual identity of this movie is just so appealing to me. Like just like all the colors and the cinematography and just like everything feels so like it's like wide open but claustrophobic at the same time. Like that's what you want from something that's kind of like that's like body horror adjacent in that way. And that's another thing I love so much about Ichi the Killer. I saw Ichi the Killer for the first time when I was in high school. I should not have been 15 years old watching that fucking movie. So, like that, like you know, it's just like I don't even know how to describe it. It's because like when it comes to manga and anime, like in Japan, there are a lot of live action films that are made to look like anime in the sense that it's like, you know, like everybody moves kind of like stylized or they edit it the way anime is edited. But that's the first example I could think of where somebody just like so nailed the visual aesthetic of a manga and put it in a movie in a way that wasn't like Honey Cutie or some or like Cutie Honey or some shit. If you've heard of Cutie Honey, like, you know, like it was just the visual identity of that movie. And like Takashi Miike being as like you'll see as you dig more into his shit. Like he's made every kind of movie you could imagine. He's made Yakuza movies, he's made kids movies. That shit is fire, son. And then he made the Phoenix Wright movie, the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney movie that came out like 5, 6, 7 years ago. He made the Phoenix Wright movie. Exactly. Like, you know, he's somebody who could do it all. He's like he makes so many movies. I think he's made like upwards of like I think like 150 or 200 movies or some crazy shit like that. He's known for just cranking them out, and they're all different, you know. So I'm always love for Takashi Miike on this side, you know. But let me ask, I want to dig a little bit into y'all's viewing history. Speaking of you being 8 years old, Bobby, what's the first movie experience that both of y'all can remember having? It could be at the theater, it could be at your cousin's house, just like it doesn't have to be the very first one, but the first thing that comes to mind for you when I ask that question.
Star Wars Episode 1. Phantom Menace.
Tell me about it.
Oh man, I just remember being in the movie theater with my parents and my brothers and shit. And then like, bro, seeing Darth Maul and like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn go to the screen. My favorite character at that time was Qui-Gon Jinn because he had the green lights. And then I was just like, yo, what happened? Like, is he dead? I'm like, I didn't understand the concept that Qui-Gon Jinn dies in the whole thing. And then when I got older, I realized, oh, Qui-Gon Jinn was supposed to be the father figure that Anakin was supposed to have, but ended up being with Obi-Wan because Obi-Wan is the one that defeated Darth Maul. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. But I used to have the little toys, the little figurines, like Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan, and Darth Maul. The lightsabers were broken, but like I had like all three.
Man, so for like a good minute, I want to say Qui-Gon Jinn was my favorite character in that, but was Kit Fisto in the first one, or was he the second?
Second one. Kit Fisto was in Attack of the Clones.
Because
he's like one of my all-time favorite Star Wars characters because like his wisdom was like he was a master, but he didn't want to be on the Jedi Council. So he's just like, nah, I don't know about the Jedi Council shit. Look, bro, I'm trying to tell y'all, he the chosen one. I'm off the council because you got to accept all parts of the force. You just can't accept one half. You got to accept the dark just as well as the light. You got to be well rounded in force. And that's what he was saying. I'm like, nah, you crazy, Qui-Gon. And then, like, I didn't even realize years later that Count Dooku was his fucking master. I'm
like, yeah, head bust type shit. Yeah,
like Count Dooku is your master, nigga. Like, it's like crazy.
Yeah, like, because obviously you look at what happened with Anakin and him becoming Darth Vader, and just like Obi-Wan, like we all love Obi-Wan, but like he wasn't who Anakin needed, you know? Like Qui-Gon would have been the one who really would have taken him the distance, and maybe Darth Vader doesn't happen if Qui-Gon is there the whole time. But like you can tell Obi-Wan just has all this, like, you could just tell he's got the weight on his shoulders, like throughout that whole prequel trilogy, and then up until he has to slice Anakin in half in the third. Like, but I remember seeing Phantom Menace for the first time, and just the three things that got me were the pod racing scene, them going to the underwater city. I want to call it Dagobah, but it's not Dagobah. I can't remember what it's called. And I'm blanking on it. But and then which one? Yeah. But like, and like, maybe this is controversial. I always liked Jar Jar. I never disliked Jar Jar. I think Jar Jar's cool. I'm gonna just put that out there, you know. He's not great, but like, I don't know. He was just like he's cool, but he's not great. You know, like I just kind of appreciated his presence being there. Is just like, I'm silly, you know. And then like him being the person who decided, like him being the person who more or less gave the Sith their power at the end of the third movie. Like him being as inconsequential as he was, but still like contributing to how dark and fucked up the rest of the movies get, will always be funny to me. So just for that, just like being an agent of chaos, I always salute Jar Jar, you know?
What's the next question?
Bobby, what's the first movie experience you can remember having?
This is my time. Sit down, watch the movie. Guarantee something. Ball my so but then like I wanted like 10 minutes later I wanted to move it. I'm gonna walk somewhere. Yeah, just kind of unlock and explore. Feeling like there's elements of my life where it's like frequencies that are so low that you stay, especially like finding congregant. Always like
Wow. So, I mean, not to get too ahead, but how do you think that's manifested in your music? I'm curious to know. Curious to know.
Yeah, I mean, I like, some of the stuff that I like. particularly working with strings and orchestras, these messages that ways to tune, just finding ways to kind of like take something. It's still really if the genesis of something is well, whatever you do to it, it's still something.
Yeah, you know, it's all. I mean, like just like Zell was talking about with how Qui-Gon Jinn was all about balance. Like it really is all about balance. Like the beautiful and the ugly, man. Like that'll really do it every time, and like that's what.
It's like cooking, right?
Yeah, 1,000%. Like like you really need something that's gonna help the dish or the piece of art or whatever, like stand out or take it to the next level, through like a mixture. And like speaking of the next level, this next question is like, so like as the two of you start to get older and you develop your own tastes and are starting to like become the people you are, I like to think of this next one as a capital M movie, like one that really stopped you in your tracks and connected with you in an emotional, artistic, or spiritual way, like something that was like more than just 90 minutes of pure entertainment. Like this is a film type shit. That's a good one.
Particularly, like I saw it as a younger person, we watched it like maybe a month ago, almost 40. Seeing it now, really like I can see. He still didn't really know himself. Didn't know who he was. Specifically as a kid. Until I him going into the desert. I went to the all that is like you start shit. Yeah, finding out who you are. We've been talking about this all day. Coming to a project. Takes a little.
Yeah.
I think it's a testament to explore. Everybody involved is exploring. So, I took a year off. Soul searching, looking at myself, I think actually the first project I picked up was this movie. I think that, yeah, it's when myself to do something.
Yeah. I definitely want to dig more into that later once we get into the scoring and the music for the movie, but just like Paris, Texas is such a devastating, like just like shot to the fucking heart type of movie, and like in like a really quiet way too. Like I think that's what makes it hit even harder, like it's just I was just I was just talking to somebody about this. It had to have been like a couple months ago, but like like that. Like I always put like Paris, Texas, and Paris, Texas, Leaving Las Vegas, and Raising Arizona are like three movies all cut from the same cloth to me. Just because of like the way all three of those movies are. Like that's like that's like I don't even know how to describe it. Just like complete evisceration of the human soul type of movies. Like you'll laugh, but you're gonna leave completely, if not changed, like you're gonna leave shaken. Like you'll definitely be like staring at your face in the mirror, crying a little bit. Like that's one of those for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Zell, what about you?
Giving it a lot of thought, American Beauty.
Tell me why.
Well, just looking at this ordinary suburban family and, just their neighbors, you know what I'm saying? Just they have a gay couple living right next to them, a guy that was in the military and, raised his kid to be the same way, and a wife that doesn't say anything and stuff like that. Like, he's majority of the mouth weeks, you could just tell they're into like she just checked out. And it's just like you look at the happiest person on the block, and there's this gay couple, and then you look at the two families that are like sitting right next to each other. And then literally it's like one family is just like they're struggling to keep it together because the wife really wants to leave him and she's telling him everything that she needs to do. And then you got Kevin Spacey's character who doesn't take charge because she just let his wife run over him, let alone his kid. Like, and the kid is just like, oh, I'm misunderstood, nobody understands.
My fault. Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to shout out the Real Notes Patreon one time. For as little as $5 a month, you get exclusive goodies like video of every interview, 2-day early access to every interview, an invite to the Real Notes Discord server, exclusive access to the Real Talk Movie Night archive, and early pre-sale links for all live events. If you want to give a little more, you get other exclusives like retro 60-second movie reviews and monthly 90-minute workshops with me, where we can discuss whatever creative questions or projects you might have going on. Head over to patreon.com/realnotes. That's REELNOTES to join right now. I repeat, all videos will only be available on the Patreon. Thanks for listening. Shout out to my patrons. Now let's get back to talking.
Just that third except the boy next door, which is nobody understands him because he's the weird kid. He's the weird new kid, who likes film and everything. And his dad doesn't even understand him because his dad wants him to be more like him. You know what I'm saying? This macho alpha male, guy. And then come to find out this guy is secretly in the closet. You know what I mean? And then, when you look at the whole film as it is, everybody's putting on a facade in some way. Like, you got the wife, Kevin Spacey's wife, she's putting on this facade, I could sell this house, I could sell this, sell that. Like the typical suburban, I could do anything. No.
Right.
And then you got the daughter just like, I'm edgy. This, that, and the third. Nobody likes me because I'm ugly. Then you got her best friend, which is the total opposite of her, who's just like, oh, I just had sex with this guy last week, this, that, and the third. Oh, yeah, I'm so pretty. Everybody wants me, this, that, and the third. And then you got the father that misses the glory days of back when I used to lift weights and smoke weed and get laid before I got married, before I had kids. I just want to go back to that. And then goes back to what we was talking about with the noir movies where they was using leverage in Nightcrawler. He does the same thing because he had corporate secrets on his boss, which caused him to quit his job. He was the first one to have a character change. But he wanted to change because his life was going in this direction. And he was just like, I'm just sick of this. I'm just sick of just doing the ordinary thing and letting you just boss me around. Like, hey, I got feelings, I got needs, I got wants, and I just want to do this. And then she's just like, oh, I could divorce you, this, that, and third, because she always wanted to leave the wife. And he's like, on what grounds? I'm not a drunk. I don't have sex with other women, and I never put hands on you. So you have no reason to divorce me. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you got the kid is just like, my mom don't talk. My dad is always riding him about being more like him, stand up straight, this, that, and third. And he's like, look at this couple around the corner. They're together, and they're both men. Like, this, that, and third. So, it's just like, when you get to the ending of that movie, that's when the real twists start to happen. The alpha male is secretly gay.
Yeah.
The daughter is seen as a beautiful young woman by the boy next door. The boy next door is not really that weird. He's just somebody who understands who he is and wants to take charge. He already took charge of his life because he knows what he doesn't want to be, which causes him to be like, okay, I'm gonna just lie to my dad because my dad thinks I'm this. So I'm gonna just lie and say this because he can't face himself. And then, which goes to him seeing everybody for who they were, which is why him and Kevin Spacey's character have a real connection because Kevin Spacey wants to be more like the kid next door, and the kid next door is just like, dude, you can do the same thing, just like taking charge, and like you can take charge of your life the same way I take charge of mine. Like I don't care about the job, I quit because I got something that's already working out for me. Like things are just gonna work out. And then you got the girl who was saying her friend is ugly, this, that, third, this, that, calling the kid weird, and the weird kid's just like, no, you're putting on a facade. You're not even pretty like that. Like, it's like, whoa. And then come to find out she was a virgin. And then when she was about to mess with Kevin Spacey. Right. And like Kevin Spacey like has a full circle moment, like, oh, dude, what am I doing? Like, I'm doing all this to act like an asshole where I should be this person that I'm doing. And then it just goes back to like, I just miss my wife being my wife. Even though we caught her cheating and everything, he's just like, I just miss how my family dynamic used to be. And then boom, he gets killed by the guy who, because he thought he was gay. It's crazy. So I feel like when it came down to plot twist on plot twist on plot twist on plot twist on plot twist, it's the fucking on plot twist. Bro. The wife is cheating. Damn, the wife didn't go get McDonald's. Damn, her husband. Damn, the husband catch them cheating at McDonald's. Damn, now she about to get the money out of the reverse. Damn, now she about to kill this nigga. Damn, the neighbor beat him to it. Damn, the neighbor's gay. Damn, he don't like the neighbors because he's secretly gay. Like, it was like, what the fuck is happening? I haven't watched that. Bro, American Beauty had the most twist of any movie. Kevin Spacey about to have inappropriate sex with a teenager, which is weird as fuck in the movie. She's a teenager. She said, I'm a virgin. He's like, oh shit, what the fuck am I doing? Twist! Oh my gosh, that's a twist. Like, that is the weirdest part of the movie. Must say, don't condone that. Weird as fuck.
Right. Right. Yeah. None of that shit over here for sure. But yeah,
the movie had the most twist throughout film history. Like, not film history. It had the most twist that you could pinpoint.
Yeah. Yeah, like for me, I mean, like the only one I could think of that might outdo it, and this is like, to me, that'd be like Magnolia. You ever seen Magnolia by Paul Thomas Anderson?
I've never seen it.
You gotta, Zell, go find Magnolia. That's your homework after we're done here. Go watch that. Like it's crazy. It's like, cause like it's kind of like it's like American Beauty, but it's like a little more intense. Cause like as much as I love American Beauty and I love everything you're saying about it, like Magnolia is just that, but even more unhinged and weird and controversial. Like Tom Cruise, I've never seen Tom Cruise make a movie like Magnolia ever again. Like the person they ask him to play and the stuff he says and does, it's like, but I don't want to take away from everything you said about American Beauty, because American Beauty's like, it's one of those, you know, like it's a classic, like people should watch it. And like I'm also like you, I'm also always fascinated by movies that break down like the American nuclear family aesthetic and just like really dig into, like, you know, it looks like it's picture perfect on the outside, but they're actually miserable, or they're on bullshit. Or even something like you ever seen Happiness by Todd Solondz before?
I do. Yeah. When I first met Ari, that was the movie that we really loved.
Oh wow.
His movies way before in high school.
Yeah.
It was a drama class. It was called Strange Things About the Johnsons.
Oh my God.
No, we was laughing our ass off because it was on fucking World Star, I think. He was like, it was on World Star. Like,
I forgot that. Yeah, that shit was on World Star. That's crazy.
It was on World Star, and it was like, yeah, weird family, black dynamic. It was like, what movie is this? Strange Thing About the Johnsons, bro. We were crying, laughing at the shit. We didn't realize how disturbing the movie actually is. But we're like,
man,
this is funny. I loved you more than you ever did. You're sick.
I was like, yo, man. Yeah, I'll never forget my first time watching Strange Thing About the Johnsons. Just what an experience.
It's on the list.
Yeah, nah, like but I can't. Happiness is so fucked up. I don't even want to talk about what happiness is about. Honestly.
What?
Yeah, it's yeah, that's it. Once again, high school Dylan should not have been watching no fucking happiness. But that's yeah. Anyway, either way, like yeah, American Beauty is like yeah, like one more thing about it before we move on, like just like the image of the kid shooting the plastic bag and all the
Yeah.
dialogue over that it's I don't know, like it really doesn't. I don't want to say it doesn't get much better than that, but like that particular kind of scene and
More
like
touchable is the skull. The skull is
it's beautiful.
And then Kevin Spacey is narrating the whole movie, and then you're just like, okay, like it's just crazy. Like, what's film Lamar was not in that movie. I think John Cho was in the movie.
Yeah, can't remember.
The one who played in Cowboy Bebop, the live actor.
Yeah.
Yo, he dead ass was in the movie.
Wow. Who? Okay, so who was he?
He was a cameo.
Okay. Damn. See, now I got to go back and watch American Beauty. It's been too long.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I'm forgetting all the details.
American Beauty.
Damn. Wow. So was Alice. Oh shit, Allison Janney was in this too. Crazy. Yeah. No, I got to go back and rewatch American Beauty. It's been too long.
Yeah, bro. John Cho was in the movie. See, I be knowing shit. I'm sorry.
Hey, man. You always had an eye for detail, son. I already know what it is.
Yeah, I'm very detailed.
Speaking of details, I want to do the same thing for music real quick. When did music become capital M music for the both of you? Not even in terms of you wanting to make it, but just being like fascinated. Like Zell, you and I have been over this a little bit already, but like
Right.
when did y'all first really become like consciously aware and fascinated by music?
I think when I was like 12, 13, around that time, because like I was doing poetry first, and then my homie Preemie taught me how to rap. Me and him still friends to this day. Like that's my homie. I just did a commercial for Marshall, and he was in it too. So
Shout out.
that's my boy, man. You may see him on Instagram. His name is Preemie Sterling. He be doing. See, the Bible is more like he's really popping on Instagram right now, TikTok. Like now, but yeah. So that was like I was just writing poetry, and then my homie Demetrius King back in middle school, he was rapping, and I was like, I was fascinated. And then when I went to the Boys and Girls Club and met Preemie, he taught me how to do it, and then I just kept doing it every day, and then that's when I got fascinated with it, and then I started like figuring out how to record, and I remember going on my MP3, playing their music in the background. I had to get it right, get the tape right, because like I'm recording on the MP3, and just like literally like a voice memo playing in the background so you hear it, and then I will upload it to MySpace, and then after that, once I figured out what Audacity was from this guy named Jaquan, was it Jaquan? Well, he used to go by this name called Arrow Kid, and like he was like, "Yo, use Audacity," and just hung up the phone. And I was like, "Okay, we got to download this shit." And then I bought a $5 little PC mic from Walmart. It was $5, so I'm like, "Okay, $5. I can't afford a real mic," so I just used that and started recording into that on Audacity. That was how I was recording until like
Wow.
and then when I got kicked out of art school, that's when I started taking it serious.
I mean, like those $5 mics will hold it down every time, bro. Like I still got a little tin can. It's not with me right now. It's back at my crib in Jersey. But yeah, I got a little tin can I've been using for years just for like bullshit, and like they really, I don't know, just like a creature of habit sometimes,
Right.
and like that's what fosters the growth. And like I know you started recording like you were still in high school when you were dropping like a lot of your early shit before you like really hit the gas, and then things started to explode. But yeah, that's just dope. You know, I just like I ask everybody that question because I love an origin story. You know, just there's nothing like it. But Bobby, got you. But Bobby, what about you?
Yeah, for me, like music has just been part not in any kind of like commercial way. My mum was she was my grandma was the buyer for like a record shop. So I was just obsessed with all. My dad's a guitarist, so literally from just being all just music, it's 24/7, just all just music. Eat, see, just no one ever said, you know, you should play guitar. I think you know, putting it on six. I just love it. Flexible and did all the great stuff. All sorts of stuff, but particularly there's a big DIY scene where I live, so you know, I was just yeah, just DJ she's the DJ DJ. So I got these things from my sample. Yeah, so music is just all like it's hard to even pinpoint the kind of thing because it's just all
Right. Well, I think that's a good enough segue to ask both of y'all. Well, I want to start with you, Bobby. When did you know music was going to become more than just a hobby for you and something that you were like actively about to pursue and turn into? Yeah.
well, when I kind of so my solo project, Haxan Cloak, I kind of developed that while I was at university. Yeah, when I finished studying, like all most of my friends moved to London, like 40 years. Dad, he had like this like small space, like he had like a small space, which he like space. He was kind of like, look, if you don't want it's like a really cool thing to offer. Like literally, like yeah, just obsessively. I recorded everything myself. And my was like there was like 3 independent labels that I like we have myself inserts. I want to feel like it's so maybe see these shows. Please proceed and give that yeah until like small. Yeah, it just kind of there. Pitchfork was, but I think the pitchfork just just it all happened so quickly that I just didn't question it. So yeah, from putting out my first record to like the next thing on the show, someone's gonna pay me to go to the show. Like it was just all such a new
Right.
Yeah, just didn't really question it. The whole thing feels so.
Yeah, I mean, like I can imagine, you know, just it's yeah, like it's just like because it's so the idea of making music and performing for people can be so abstract until you're on a stage like about to play for like 100 200 300 however many people, you know. And like even for people, like I also grew up in a musical household. Like my father is a musician, he's a roller skater. Like music was all around me as well. But like just like when you get to the point where somebody's like, I want to offer you money to play this thing or write about this thing or do what, like do whatever. Like it's I'm still personally kind of unpacking all of that shit, and I've been doing this for 10 years. So like I get it to an extent. Like it's just but it's so dope to see it start there, and just like considering all the different people, all the different musicians you've worked with by yourself, like stuff you've produced for other people, stuff you've done yourself, and all your composing work. It's just like just seeing that track record, and seeing like you come together to help piece the sound of this movie together, and working with people like Zell and Guap and Tierra Whack and like just like I don't know, the tapestry's just super ill to me, you know? Yeah.
Always felt like I never came like with the intention to do anything. But, I always think that like what I do is please people. So like this shit's happening is like it's crazy.
Right. And like that's why the both of y'all are here, like the both of y'all, like yeah, it's like specifically, like it always makes me happy to talk to people who manage to make the stuff they want to make on their own terms and be uncompromising and be themselves, and to be in a position like y'all are now, like even like to go back to Zell, just like seeing the evolution from the Raider Clan days to everything. Just like every new project was an evolution, and it always felt like you. It always felt explore. I guess what I like about both of y'all's music is that like everything feels like an evolution. It feels exploratory. It feels curious and like confident and fun. Like you could tell that there's a lot of heart, soul, and passion put into everything the both of y'all make. And I guess I'm curious now about when the two of y'all first met. Was it before y'all came together to make the music for this film, or had you guys I mean like Bobby, you were saying you were a fan of Zell's beforehand already,
Yeah.
but talk to me about when y'all first really connected.
It was through the song.
Good. Yeah, let's do the song.
Yeah.
We met in person at the first event for all influencers.
Yeah, we did.
That's where we met.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, I want to introduce you to Bobby. And it was like, what's up? And then like,
But like I've had people, like I met like Kenny, Kenny and I have done stuff together.
Can you beat?
Yeah.
Oh,
like so, I've known people like connected to you for a long time. Like it's crazy.
But we just never
crazy that we never like go and say.
Man, that always happens like that though. It's like somebody that knows like 10 of my friends, and I'm just like, actually ever like, it's just like, man, they would tell me a lot about you, and I was like, yeah, vice versa. It was like,
but yeah, I remember that I was in Australia at the time visiting. Said also a movie and I loved it and gonna make something and I think you guys could do something together and I was just like so against
when it came down to the score, it's just like when it came down to the scoring and like just like the film, and I was just like at first I was like, okay, let's see what we do. All right, let's just get a score shot. And then once I was like, I opened the stems and I heard what they sent, I was like, yeah, we're definitely using this. It was like I was like, I ain't gonna lie, they snapped on scoring, and that's what made us like, made me and Powers like really go in. And then we took the drums from "Got Me Geeked" from one of our songs and just made them harder. And because when I made the hook for him, because the song's out now, by the way, I was like, I'm too fucked up on drugs. I was like, hey, what's a buzz? They got me on to tell me who I am and who I was. You know what I'm saying? That's how I started off. And then with the cause of HIM, God, like instead of goddamn, I was like hot damn because I didn't want them to bleed. I didn't want them to bleed
right.
out. I was like hot damn, like that's the only reason why I chose to say hot damn instead of goddamn now. And then we ended up, rearranging the lyrics and everything, and it all just came together like nicely. And I was on tour when I did the second verse and the bridge at the end and the redo of the hook. So all of it just extremely came together. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Okay, so yeah, because that was gonna be my next question. Like when the song exactly started to come together, so you had already had half an idea before they reached out to you, and then you were like, "Oh, I have the perfect."
No. Let me say because like that, I feel what you understand, but like it was the fact that they reached out to me first. So
Got it. Okay.
Universal Studios, they reached out to me, point blank period. They was like, "Hey man, we want you to come in. Sorry, Justin couldn't be here. This, that, and third. Blah, blah. But hey, Bobby is this amazing guy. He's an amazing scoring. We need this specific part of the movie." So they showed me a specific part of the movie they wanted me to score, and on top of that, they wanted me to. It was that, and I just sat there and took notes and like was talking with Jamal and everything. So shout out to Jamal too. I was taking notes and I was like, got it. You know what I'm saying? Got one for the dude. And I asked them one question. I was like, did anybody on the soundtrack do anything based off him, like the title, the name of the movie? They said no. So I was like, okay, it's fair game now. So
word. Okay.
I thought it would have to be some film. And the fact that he gave me the score and that score was played throughout the film, and then you have the title, it just matched up perfect.
Word. Yeah, because I was gonna ask that too. Like, whose idea was it to call it him? I didn't know if they had come to you with, but like, it's dope that you took it upon yourself to call the song him. And that
I was already calling dibs.
That's dope. Listening to the song was fun because like it's essentially the title track of the movie, so it's like that makes it pretty significant on the soundtrack. So you really took it upon yourself to put yourself on that pedestal and be like, this is me. I've got the title track, like I gave it to myself. That's dope. I like that a lot. I like that confidence.
When they told me where they was going to move it to, that's when I knew. That's when they was like, "Yeah, we need to change this because we're moving it to this." And I'm like,
no,
okay.
And then you sent it back, and it was like, oh, like it was so.
I just wanted something that was like so fire from film that it was like, yeah, you definitely this vibe would match this film.
Yeah, no, it's undeniable.
You know,
Wow. So, okay, so a couple more questions in that case. So like the song's done, you've only seen that one specific part of the movie at that point. But once the movie's done and you get to, and this is a question for both of y'all. So once the movie's done and the both of y'all get to see the movie in its full completed form, your music's in it, I mean, like Bobby, I know you'd probably seen it a bunch of times having scored the whole thing, but
Yeah.
once it's done and you watch it start to finish and everything's there, like what were your first reactions once the whole thing was finished and you got to see it?
Yeah, I mean it is different because I do watch it a lot of times, but like it's a malleable beast. Honestly, I'm just my job coming into this is like storytelling thing as far as I'm concerned. So just so proud of Justin, particularly. um, So when I was watching it, just like also like, I don't think I've seen this Justin want to be with everybody in this film got as much chance as they wanted to bring themselves to it. So I think that's how it's like, wow, you had such insane vision. You just see
Mm. That's dope because I mean, like movie soundtracks have always been super important to me as a watcher, but I feel like within the last maybe 5 or 6 years, or really closer to 10, I feel like studios and filmmakers have really put more effort into making the soundtrack an experience like a soundtrack used to be an experience. Like I think about stuff like Into the Spider-Verse and this and the Black Panther soundtrack. Like those are all like you could tell that everybody was like, we want this to be a thing that could work on its own as like on top of being something that complements the movie. And we want people like y'all to come in and like make it
that's how I feel
that.
like
Yeah.
getting a lot of history involved, like treating the score and the songs together like a real record, just a film score, real record.
Right.
People don't do that, man. And we talked about shit like Judgment Night soundtrack, or the Crow, where it's like
Yeah.
Or the Batman soundtrack.
Yeah.
That was nice too.
Hell yeah,
The one where they had Kiss from a Rose.
yeah, Batman Forever.
Word, yeah.
Yeah, who song that is?
Bro, no, even both those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or is that from Batman and Robin? Either way it goes.
But yeah, to that point, like this feels like a new era of soundtracks in a way like I don't think I've seen for a long time.
Right. Yeah. And like I'm super grateful to be here, like living through it and experiencing it as somebody who grew up like learning about so much music through soundtracks for games and movies. And like it's such an important medium for music discovery, like especially for like younger like people who are like tweens or teens or young adults, that plays such a role in that. But
Yeah, and to that point, Justin and I, we got to talk so much about, I didn't choose the existing songs within the movie, but we got to talk about them a lot. And I knew where he was putting certain things, and that's influencing the score and making for the film. So to have, how many times do you go and watch a movie and you get in the car and you're like, I want to listen to that thing. And you put the soundtrack on, and the thing is. You're not gonna get that with this movie. Like every single thing that you want to hear from that movie, if you put it on when you're driving home, you're gonna get it. It's gonna be awesome. That's a really cool, unique experience.
Right. I couldn't agree more, bro. Zell, you got any final thoughts you want to add about the movie itself before I ask y'all this last question?
And to everybody who's watching this interview, go watch the goddamn movie. Don't worry about the fucking reviewers. Watch it for your goddamn self. Because you going to get goddamn it. I don't give a fuck what these critics be talking about. These niggas is the same motherfuckers that gave Filmatic a low rating. Bitch ass niggas want to talk about damn critics. Fuck what they talking about, goddamn. Even if that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is 6, and that album was fucking great. So you can shut the fuck up, get your ass up, get off the couch, go experience something new. If you don't like it, at least it came from you, goddammit. Don't ride off the motherfucking opinion. Go watch that shit. Come out now.
Oh shit! Damn. I mean, just figure it out for yourself. You know, like have whatever opinion you want, but figure it out for yourself. You know, like we're all just vessels at the as the critic in the house. We're all just vessels. But go watch the thing before you have an opinion about it for sure. We will be in the theater.
Want to spoil it for other people? It's not even worth the time. Don't even listen to it. Don't even watch.
Right.
Watch it, goddammit. Monkey Paw Verse. Now, when
do it, yeah, no.
Come together like the Avengers, I bet you go watch it then, huh, motherfucker? So I don't want to get shit.
Put money toward cool shit. Like, that's all. You know, like, put money toward things. Yeah. That's how things get made. Like, buy the ticket, take your chances. What was I gonna say? Okay, last question. If y'all lives were movies, what would they be about?
Life's pretty dark, man. It'll be like 8 Miles.
Carol City 8 Mile? That's crazy.
Carol. Yeah, it would be called Carol City. Carol Moore. So. Yeah, my life is pretty dark, dude. Oh
man, but you made it out. You made it out into something beautiful. You're on a soundtrack. You made a soundtrack. HIM, by the time y'all are hearing this, HIM will be in theaters. Go see it. Form your own opinion. Put money toward cool shit. Shout out Monkey Paw. I'm a fan. Shout out to Justin.
Monkey Paw. You know what I'm saying?
What'd you say?
Monkey Pimps and Monkey Paw. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, word. You already know, son. Yeah, nah, like this is like I said, like I got plans this weekend, but later in the week I'm going to see HIM. I hope y'all do too. Zell, Bobby, thank y'all so much for being here. Like this is like it means that like I'm starting to get to a point where this is my thing and I have bigger people coming onto my thing, and it means a lot to be fucked with in this capacity. You know, like I'm not Pitchfork. I'm just me. So it means a lot when not Pitchfork. Like when people come to do shit that's not anyway. I'm also over at hearing things now. But either way, like, thank y'all, man. It just like Zell, you are thank you.
Dylan, you already know. You already know.
Man. Thank you, man. Yeah, this was like just thank y'all, bro. For real. Thanks for listening. Shout out to y'all for making it this far. And shout out to all the black people listening too, because y'all really impeccable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to come through next time. 1.